Hello, everyone.
Yes.
Welcome to
It's all
yes.
connected. Yes.
You're so
I
excited. I just
am,
wanted to
girl. I'm
emphasize how
very
excited you
excited.
are.
And our audience is about to learn why I am this excited. This is big.
Yes,
This is major.
it's huge.
It's so
It's
huge.
major. It's
Right?
huge. No,
Oh, please,
sorry.
girl.
Um, I'm sorry.
Girl, why you
Sorry.
gotta ruin a good
Um,
thing? Come on
I'm
now. It's
sorry.
okay. I forgive
I'll
you.
never do that
I
again.
forgive you.
Everybody, welcome to It's All Connected by Her Castle Girls. I'm Karcia,
And I am
and this
Telly.
is
I'm so excited I
Telly.
said my own name before I was
And
supposed to. You caught that?
yes, that's
It's
fine.
okay.
That's fine.
I'm so excited.
And we are siblings just here online talking about everything that makes our lives, hoping to make our lives better through interesting conversations
Mm-hmm.
with between even just as siblings and with other amazing people that we get to meet in life. So we are the Her Castle Girls, and yes, we love to cover fashion and lifestyle. But as content creators, we love to ground ourselves with conversations around human behavior, around personal development, and relationship with self, spirituality. And we hope that you will join us every week. We air every week, Tuesdays, wherever you listen to podcasts. And we hope that you will join us every week for interesting conversations around these topics. Now, today's topic is this topic, it needs to be spoken about every week, I say,
Every
only
week,
because everyone, yeah,
every minute, every hour,
listen,
honestly, Car, every second.
yes,
Because that's how
yes,
annoying that thing is. So you just gotta
that little
counteract it.
whispering voice,
Yes.
that's it.
Ah.
And we are talking today about that pesky inner critic.
Ah.
Yes, that little voice that never leaves you alone.
Never.
And today, exactly, and today's show is going to be really exciting. So, for many people, fall is a time for change,
Yes.
and it's a time to embrace new ideas
Mm-hmm.
and sort of take a look in and do that inner work that we all need to do. Now, unfortunately, many of us, we fail at taking advantage of the opportunity, and we choose to listen to the inner critic,
Oh.
that voice that really justifies stopping,
Yeah.
not doing,
Yeah.
and just really brings on discouraging thoughts that slows us down
Mm-hmm.
and keeps us stuck. Now, this fall, the acclaimed team of experts known as the Manifestor Excellence Team
First of all,
will be hosting,
girl,
yes.
that name alone. That name alone. Like, you know what it reminds me of real quick, girl? It reminds me of like something like Marvel or something. Like the amazing, the
I was gonna
fantastic
say,
four, the marvelous
yes.
something. Like it's just so you
Yeah,
hear it and you automatically feel like, oh my gosh, yes. Right? Like you feel
yes.
good knowing
You're
like,
right.
wow, this league is actually going to like help me. I can't. I'm
Yes.
sorry. Go
And
ahead.
no,
I
that's
had to
okay.
express that. I
What's
had to.
awesome with this, with the Manifestor Excellence team,
Mm-hmm.
they're actually hosting an 8-week online program called Slay Your Inner Critic.
Love.
Now it's beginning October 25th.
Yes, that's
Okay.
right.
And this course is going to be every Tuesday evening from 7 p.m. Eastern time to 9 p.m. Eastern
Mm-hmm.
time for 8 whole
I
weeks.
love
This
that.
is going to, yeah, this sort of program is the program that truly does change people's
Absolutely.
lives
Mm-hmm.
if they take action and listen to the content and do the tasks that are attached to it. So today we're really excited to have Jen Slay and Tanya Reynolds from the team right here on the show today to talk about the Slay Your Inner Critic program.
Ah!
Yes. So they're here. Hey, Jen. Hey,
Jen and
Tanya.
Hi, how are
Tanya.
you?
Oh my goodness. Thank you guys
We
so
are
much.
so good.
Thank you so much for being here with us
Now,
today.
Thank you for
yes.
having us.
I'm so excited.
Now, rather than me going ahead and walking through, because I've already talked too much, tell us about, because I want people to know your credentials. I
Yes,
want people to
girl.
know that you listen, these women, you need to listen to them.
Thank you.
So, Jen, you can start. tell us who you are, tell us where you're from, all of the little bio stuff, and then Tanya will do the same, and we can get into some questions.
So I'm Jen Slay, and I live in London, Ontario. Whoop, whoop. Nobody
Hey,
really
come through, London.
Have you been
Yes.
there? Have you been there? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
actually, I do love London, Ontario. It's very nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
It's beautiful. It is a beautiful city. So I've lived here for almost 30 years. Oh my, I can't even believe I can say that. Yeah, but I came here to go to school.
Wow.
And then just stayed after I graduated from the Bachelor of Social Work program over at Western. So yeah, so I've been doing social work since 1999.
Fabulous.
And kind of branched off into entrepreneurial social worky type of stuff since 2015. So it's been quite the journey. But I do have a master's in social work, and I'm a professional speaker, and I've done a number of programs with regards to speaking, and now I can't remember anything. But
well, you've won many awards. You've won awards.
It's okay.
Like, you're being meek. You're being nice to the people. You're trying to just be like, my girl's
I'm being
awards,
humble.
Okay, she's an award-winning. I read that bio. I was like, oh, hold up, yes.
Well, with a name like Jen Slay, like
that's true too. The name alone, Jen Slay, as in Slayer of the Awards.
Yeah.
I'm here for
Well, I've won a number of awards for speaking, and then I've also one of the awards I'm most proud about is the Queen Elizabeth Diamond Jubilee Award in 2013. Amazing. Basically for the work that I do in the community. My mom always told me to do good, and so I just did what my mom told me to do, and I was awarded for it. So yeah,
I love that so much.
That's awesome.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and again, we love the idea of working within your community. That's where it all starts. Mm-hmm. That's the heart of who you are. So that's great to hear. And Tanya, let us know, girl. Let us know.
So my name is Tanya Reynolds. So I'm a certified leadership and life coach and career coach. And I really just get fired up of helping individuals on a whole just tap into their unlimited potential. And it's something that I've done, even I can go back as far as like elementary school, just always been like, let me just light that fire up for you, show you what you're good at, show you, your potential. You're selling yourself short, and so really helping individuals take their experiences, their knowledge and everything they've kind of gathered and just soar, if that makes sense. So that's really what lights me up. And so that's who I am.
I love it.
I love that.
You get excited to help people living in such a selfish world these days. It's just awesome that you ladies are here doing something that's rare, helping people. That warms me. That makes me feel so good inside. Oh my gosh. This convo is going to be so amazing. Okay, girl, go ahead.
Right?
I'm just
no problem. So
for the entire
no, that's okay.
I love them.
That's okay.
I'm trying.
That's okay. I'll mute you. I'm joking.
You can. I do have a tendency to just ramble. And if I do yes card, go ahead and mute me.
That's fine.
Feel free.
Yeah. So I want to start with a very simple and basic, question. Tell us, what is the inner critic? Because there's some people that don't know.
True. Mm-hmm.
Your inner critic is that voice that everybody has that basically tells you, oh, you're not enough. Why are you going to try that? Oh, you shouldn't do that. They're better than you are. All of those messages. And I'm sure everyone can relate somehow. But in reality, that inner critic is just trying to protect you. Because the brain is one of those organs, an instrument that does not like change. It likes predictability. So that's why you'll find oftentimes that people will stay in a situation that they know isn't the best for them, or they make choices that they know isn't the best for them. But it's really because that predictability, the brain would rather that than trying something new and maybe not being successful.
Yes. Yeah. And
Hmm.
I noticed, like, and even before we started recording this conversation, we talked a bit about, the effects of COVID and how that basically started Telly and I on the sort of mindset and the spiritual
Hmm.
journey. For you both, Tanya and Jen, do you find that a lot of people had a lot of self-realizations that, first of all, that the inner critic existed? Because for me, that's when I kind of learned for myself, speaking for
Hmm.
myself, I can speak for Telly as well, that it was that time alone where you realized, wait a minute, there, oh,
Yep.
I have something here that I need to work on. Have you found that in meeting people and working with other people for the past 2, 3 years?
Tanya, do you want
I
to
would
answer?
say definitely. And yeah, I was just going to say yes, definitely. That's the time where people did a lot of self-reflection. I think alongside that reflection of, oh, there's a critic that's stopping me, it's the idea that, but I want to move forward. How do I do that?
Mm,
Right? I'm
Yeah.
ready to move forward. Where do I go? How do I do it? How do I start?
mm-hmm.
If
Yeah.
you look
That's
at
I
what was
think,
true.
oh,
happening prior, oh, sorry.
no, that's
No, no,
okay. Go
no.
ahead, Jen.
If you look at what was happening prior to March 2020, people were being successful, they were busy, like life was just boom, 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 right?
That's for
And
sure.
then what COVID what COVID did, it made you stop. You had no choice. No choice. You had to stop. And then you had time to actually hear what's going on in your head. And I think what happens is that people, because people are so busy, they didn't hear what was going on in their head, and they just kept going, 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 going. When they had that time to pause, it made them reflect. It made them see things that they might not have liked. It made them
Mm.
realize things about themselves. So it really was an eye-opening time for so many people.
Yeah, definitely. I was one of those people, so I'm
Yeah.
not even
Oh.
gonna, play with that.
Hmm.
But we are now in a world now where we're coming out of the pandemic
Right.
and people are starting to go back to work. People are, out being social
Hmm.
again. And I don't think we're back to that really busy part of life again. I don't know if we'll ever get back there, but we're definitely not in, lockdown phase. But now that everything is sort of coming back to a new normal, what do you think what is your pulse on things now as far as people and how they're dealing with it? Do you think they've changed, like they've made a real change where it's like, I'm never gonna, discount my boundaries again. I'm never not gonna listen to my intuition again. Do
Hmm.
you see that sort of happening?
People have made a lot of promises to themselves, but we know that, you can, it's like making a resolution. So I'm going to do this year, and I'm going to
Hmm.
X, Y, and Z. And then after two,
That
three
part.
weeks, it kind of goes goes away
Yeah.
because there's not real change being made, right?
Hmm. True.
So we just got to
Hmm.
be mindful of that, and not to beat ourselves up for it, like, because that's just normal. We have a habitual way of being, and we will
Yes.
revert back to what we know before we try something new.
That's
Yes.
true.
Yeah.
What I am
Now,
finding, because
oh,
I have a psychotherapy practice, and what I'm finding
mhm.
is that there's a high degree of anxiety, very high degree of anxiety going on out there. And I think it's because we want to have this sense of control, and we just realized over the last couple of years we don't have that
We
much
have no
control over
control. That's so
over
true. That's so accurate. Wow.
Yeah, I think actually
Yeah.
you bring that up, and that reminds me of something I had to learn, through my I call it healing
Hmm.
process, is that learning to trust yourself has a lot to do with letting go of the control. And I had a real problem with it, girl.
It's
Like
not
I would
easy.
hold on to things, and I think that's probably, and
Ugh.
I don't know. I mean, for you both, what you have seen, but Do you find that these days people feel they can control everything?
I think that they're transitioning to relinquishing that control, similar to you, right? They're realizing that, okay, you know what? I need to make that change. It's beyond my power. Like, what can I do that's within my power? You know what I mean? How can I take that first step to where I want to be in my own power?
Yeah.
And so I think that's what we've seen quite a bit. And Jen, if you would want to comment on that, but that's what we've seen quite a bit as we run the program, right? They're just
Mm-hmm.
letting, right?
Yeah.
One of the things that we've heard over and over and over again during COVID is pivot. Got to pivot, right? But in order to pivot, you've got to let go. You've got to let go of everything that's been you've been holding on to. Because if you keep holding on to it, you can't move.
Exactly.
So just letting go and pivoting and trying something new.
Yes.
And
I
it's
think
about
that's
taking that first step as well, right? So, maybe prior to COVID, you had a plan, right? And then you didn't really do anything about it. COVID made you start thinking about it, ruminating it, and now you're like, I want to take that first step. How do I take that first step, right? So even if you think about prioritizing yourself prior to COVID, as Jen said, you're going, right? And now COVID made you sit back and you're like, hey, you know what? Now I need to say no to some people and say yes more to myself, right? So we do see that
yes.
quite a bit where people are like, I'm ready to prioritize, get control of myself, the things that are in my control, and then start making some significant changes in their lives.
Yes, I love that. And to speak more of the program, Jen, you are the founder, sorry, Slay Your Inner Critic, which which will be starting October 25th. It's an online weekly course, and it is with Jen Slay, Tanya Reynolds, and the lovely Shirley Brooks as well, who is not on the call, but you are all running this program. I'll start with the foundation. Jen, why did you decide to start this program? And even with the timing, was there anything behind that? Love to hear that story.
For sure. So a number of years ago, I was going through a divorce, and it was really, really painful. I just completely felt like a failure. My inner critic was screaming at me. And I thought, if I can just get through this, I promise to dedicate my life to helping other people get through it as well. And so I took a step back, and during that time, I soared because I took that step back. I became reflective. I became more aware of myself. I looked at how I was communicating with other people and communicating with myself. I looked at what my fears were. I looked at who I was angry with and why I was holding on to that anger and all of those things. And I realized this process of healing that I'm going through can be put into a course to help other people do the same thing. And that is essentially what happens when you take this program, this 8-week program. You learn about yourself, you learn about your communication styles, you learn about how to look at the toxins that are feeding your inner critic, you look at forgiveness, you look at fears, and really it essentially helps you to build your confidence so you can take that next step towards whatever it is that you want to achieve in your life. Wow. That's how it was birthed.
Wow.
Yes. And for you, Tanya, being a part of this Mindset Marvel group,
right?
known as Manifestor Excellence Team.
I'm telling you, it's sticking.
I mean, I know why you would want to be a part of this, but
be a part
in
of
your own words, right? I'm like, can you tell us why you decided to be a part of this and what you hope to, bring to this program so that people come out after 8 weeks feeling great, knowing that they can be, unlimited in everything that they do?
I think the first thing that attracted me to being a part of this Marvel team, and I love that, by the way, is just these two fabulous human beings, Jen and Shirley.
Ah,
You know what I mean? I can't say enough about them as individuals, as women, as supporters, just wonderful individuals, right? So that's first and foremost. And then it goes back to that idea of helping people, using some of your experiences, Jen indicated, to change the life of others, to show others their potential, to inspire them, to give them the tools to empower them to live the life that they want. Because we're all here for a purpose, right? And sometimes, a lot of times we see they have a purpose, they just need some help peeling back the onions, figuring out what that purpose is, and then having that confidence to move forward. So, like, hands down, how could you not want to be a part of that and contribute and help and, you know what I mean, help others grow? It's just, it's like a non, you can't even, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Funny
It's like, how can
story.
you say
So
no
funny
to that?
story.
Mm-hmm.
Funny story. So Tanya and I have never met in person. We have never met
Really?
in person. No, we were introduced by a mutual friend, and we had a conversation. And after the first conversation, I was like, Shirley, I met this woman, and she has to be part of this team. She just has to be part of this team. She's just phenomenal. She's just amazing. But we've never met in person.
Oh my goodness. That is amazing.
I love this. And this
Okay,
is
this
the
just
world
took
we
to a
live in
whole new
now,
level.
right?
This is
The
amazing.
connections that
Right?
we are all making digitally,
I
right?
love it. That's amazing.
That is
Oh,
incredible.
that is
So you
so
have to
cool.
plan something so you two can finally hug.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
oh my
It's,
gosh.
it's coming. It's coming. It'll happen when
It's coming.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is amazing.
So
Wow.
if there is one or two tips that you could give for people to start, because we know this is a journey. No one says, okay, I'm slaying my inner critic today, and tomorrow,
Oh
it's going to
dear.
be all healed and I'm going to be good.
No.
It's definitely a process. I say it, I'm still on the process. Like some days it's
Same,
great, some days
girl.
it's not. And,
Mm-hmm.
that's how it is, right? But for the people out there that are listening and they're saying, okay, I understand this. I understand that I need to start doing the work. What is the first thing they can do after listening to this podcast to start the work of slaying that inner critic, other than, of course, signing up for the Slay Your Inner Critic program? What is one of those things that they can start doing at the very basic level?
Well, I'll give one, and Tanya, then you want to give one tip? We'll each give one. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So one of the first things that I would encourage anyone to do is to become more aware of themselves. And one of the ways to do that is to get a paper, get a pen, and draw a line down the middle. What are your strengths and what are your challenges? We all have them, right? And get real honest with yourself so that you can be aware of what it is that you really need to work on. Because otherwise, you're going to go through life like you're going to throw darts in the dark. You're very unlikely to hit your mark. But if you turn the
Yeah.
lights on and you know where to throw the dart, you're more likely to hit your mark. And so if you know what it is that you need to work on, you're more likely to be successful and then feel confident, which is going to help you to want to go out there and do.
Love that one.
I'm
Love that.
smiling because everybody knows that I'm all about writing things down. I think I have about 14 journals on the go right about now.
Nice.
So I have a journal for everything. And so that was exactly what I was going to say is get a journal, go to the dollar store or wherever, get a journal and just start writing, right? And write without any, with vulnerability, as if no one else is going to see it. What are the areas that are really troubling you right now, in your life? What is it about that area? What is it about that person? What is that life that you want to lead? And that's going to lead you to happiness. And I say mental freedom. You know what I mean? To that peaceful place. Be vulnerable and just start writing it down.
Oh, I love
And
that.
I just
Yes.
Yeah.
I just want to add something to what Tanya said too, is that vulnerability, because we live in a world where society tells us that we have to be happy and we have to have everything together,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the reality is none of us are always happy. None of us always have things put together. And so we have to really become honest with ourselves and get into that vulnerable place. And it's okay. It's okay if you don't have everything together. It's okay if you're not feeling well today. It's okay if you made a mistake and you hurt someone's feelings. It's okay. Now the thing is, what are you going
Yes.
to do about
Right. That's it. What
Mm-hmm.
actions and steps are you going to take
Yes.
to remedy the situation? Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yes, I love
it?
that. And that relationship with self, it's a real
So
thing. And I
important.
think, yeah, I'm a huge fan of journaling myself. So I think that was the first thing Telly and I were a bit obsessed with when we started our
Yeah.
journey was the idea of journaling and,
Yeah.
how we could journal to just speak to ourselves and really get to know ourselves and what's going on and taking that time too, because I
Yeah.
find
Mhm.
a lot of people don't make time to do that sort of stuff. So
Mm-mm.
um, I I love that, and I think that I do want to say too that for people that are thinking about getting into the Slay Your Inner Critic program, 8 weeks is a great amount of time. Like, this is a really, because
I agree.
usually you don't get to delve into this sort of topic for that length of time.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Yeah,
what I
most
mean?
times they just
And
have like a
being able
day
to,
seminar.
It's funny. It
yeah,
is so funny
Yeah.
because I do a lot of the intakes for the program, and one of the things people say is 8 weeks. Oh my gosh, that's such a long time. And then when we get to the eighth week, and Tanya's smiling because she knows when we get to the
It's
8 weeks, people are
over.
like, "Oh my gosh, it's over! I can't believe it! It went
I
so
need more. I
fast."
need more.
Yeah,
yeah,
I think it's
yep,
fabulous, eight
We
yep.
weeks. Because, yeah, most times they'll have like these like
we
day
just finished.
seminars, but
Oh,
I feel that
sorry.
what you guys are doing. Hmm. Oh, no, go ahead, Tanya. That's cool.
I was just gonna say we just finished one a program last night, and it was the same thing. And it was like,
Oh,
oh, what am
nice.
I gonna do with my time now? And where am I gonna spend my Thursday nights?
Oh,
And
where
because
am I
one
going
of
to
the
spend
things
my
we try to do
Wednesday
as well
nights?
what we try to do is encourage them to create bonds with each other, right? Because as we
Hmm.
go
Oh,
through the
that's
program, we
big.
realize one of the things people get from it is I'm not the only one, right? I'm all, everybody, there's other
Right.
people who are experiencing what I'm experiencing, feeling what I'm feeling, going through what I'm going through, right? And so it's an opportunity when you sit and you
Yeah.
hear other people's stories in their lives, like, they just don't want to leave. You know what I mean? They want to continue that process and that
Oh,
that camaraderie and sharing. And yeah, it's truly a phenomenal program. And I'm not biased. I'm, you
yeah.
know.
It's,
oh no.
we're
No,
social
I
beings,
believe
and
you
COVID
because that
taught us that.
smile,
Right? We have a need to be with people. We are social beings, and
That's
so
it.
when you can connect with somebody else who might be experiencing very similar things, I mean, it just allows you to be,
Absolutely.
right? And it allows you to open up and just take in what you need to take in to build yourself up.
I love it. And that's what you guys are doing. You're creating these,
yes.
safe spaces for people to come and just literally, like you guys said, become vulnerable and feel safe, which is, as we know in the world we're living in, no one feels safe. So I just think it's so amazing that you guys have gone these like amazing superpowers and are just bringing people together and leaving them wanting more because they're like, wait, that's it? No, have like part 10. Have it maybe be a whole 6 months instead, like a retreat or
Yeah.
something. I love it. That means that what you guys are doing is connecting so well. So please don't stop. Don't stop.
Yes,
There's no
don't. And
intention of
just so
stopping.
people
With
know,
the
Good.
Slay Your
Oh, sorry. Go ahead,
so I
Jen.
was
That's
saying,
okay.
we have no intention of stopping. The Slay Your Inner Critic 8-week program, it's because we've heard that so often. Oh, we need more, we need more. We created the Manifest Excellence Accountability Program to follow it. So people can
Fabulous.
continue on with their journey, because we know that if you want to be successful, having somebody you're accountable to is going to increase the likelihood of your success.
Mm-hmm.
Because we will disappoint ourselves in a heartbeat.
That's true.
Like, oh, I'll go to the gym tomorrow. Oh, I'll do it. Right? But we will not disappoint somebody else. We'll think twice before we disappoint someone else. Oh, I told Telly I
Very
was going to
true.
meet her at the gym. Okay, so I gotta go.
That's so true. That works.
It's funny how, yeah, why are
That
we,
does
yeah,
work.
that is so true. That is so true. And
Yes.
so people know, I think that this group, again, I think, yes, it's like 60 years combined worth of psychology and human performance that you are
That's
getting from this
amazing.
group. So unless you're going
That's
to find some
amazing.
90-year-old person
I
to
mean,
tell
you can
you
try, but I would
how
rather go
to
with Jen
improve
and
your
Tanya
life,
personally.
I'd rather
I
go
mean,
with these like three young
I rather go
women
with the superheroes.
that
That's
understand.
it.
They're so relatable. They know exactly
Yes.
what you're going through in life. And I'm going
Absolutely.
to speak specifically to women because I feel that
Yes.
we tend to listen to the inner critics so much. So this
Oh boy,
course is
yeah.
for people that are ready to start feeling better about the choices they make and trusting themselves. And as a person that has worked with coaches in the past and continues to, y'all gotta get on this. You've gotta check it out. Now, you can head over to manifestyourexcellence.com, if I'm correct, to learn more about the program and to register. Again, it starts October 25th and it's for 8 weeks. And guess what? It's only like one night a week. It's Tuesdays from 7 to 9. You can come on now. You put down that
Come on,
Netflix
everybody.
situation.
Right?
Yes, if anybody has questions with regards to the program, please just go to the website, reach out to us, and we will have a conversation with you, 15 minutes to a half hour, and answer any questions that you might have. There's a lot of testimonials, and the testimonials really, we couldn't have bought testimonials like that are that good.
Yeah.
Like I'm just saying, we had no idea when we were doing this that it was going to impact people so much,
Oh.
and so we are very fortunate and very blessed to be able to go on this journey with so many people.
Yes.
Love
And
that.
we are so happy
Truly
and
love.
blessed that you were able to join Telly and I here on It's All Connected by Her Castle Girls. You check out Bright Mindset Project, our Instagram handle, and check us out there. And also listen to this podcast, It's All Connected by Her Castle Girls, wherever you listen to podcasts. We are also on YouTube. So go ahead, find us on YouTube and subscribe to our channel so you never miss a video or a short. There's tons of wisdom being shared over there. So definitely subscribe and follow us wherever you can find us. Thanks again, ladies. Thanks everyone for
Thank you so
listening,
much,
and we'll see you
ladies.
next time.